What's going on, good people? Back at you with another video. Let's talk about this contract. Excuse me. I just did a video just now that I had to take down. I took it down because I didn't like the message that I was giving could have been misconstrued, and it sounded like I was just, it wasn't the message I wanted to convey to the people. The video was about trusting the code. What I mean by that is, in this space, and particularly with this contract that I keep harping on, it's written in code on a smart contract on the Ethereum network. The developer created this to address a fundamental issue that he saw that there was a need, and he created this contract to help meet or resolve a need in the cryptocurrency space, which can benefit anyone who decides to get involved with this contract. And benefit how? Let's talk about how people can receive the benefits. Excuse me. The only way you can interact with this contract is if you have a MetaMask wallet, and I believe a Trust wallet, and you use Ethereum to play with this contract. Whoever gets into this contract and plays with this contract will also receive dividends in Ethereum, which can also be interpreted as staking over a period of time. Depending on how many Ethereum is in the contract, and depending on who sells and who buys, those types of fluctuations will create dividends for all parties who are involved in this contract. And this is not something that is controlled by any one human being. This is something that is controlled completely. It's autonomous. Okay? It's just, it works on its own. It's self-governed. It was designed that way on purpose. No human involvement. No way for anyone to manipulate the contract. There's no funny business going on right here. The likelihood of any exit scams taking place is next to nil. This is why the code, this is what, when you talk about trustless, these terms, people, immutable, trustless, transparent, etc. This is what helps to affirm the capabilities of crypto through this contract, through Ethereum. And what I mean by that is, you don't have to believe in the words of a person. You don't have to believe in what anyone is telling you of what they can do for you. Believe in what this contract can do for you, which is not controlled by any human being. Simple as that. It's hard to fathom. I don't read code. I'm learning to understand what this is all about. I'm not taking the word of anyone. I'm actually watching how this contract operates, and it's just working on its own, delivering what it's meant to deliver on its own in a decentralized way where there's no single point of failure. How big this can go, only time will tell. How wide this can go, because it's just hard to, it's so much to capture. You know how big this can be? Like, there's so much to capture that sometimes you have to take a step back and say, wow. Because at this point right now, this contract is at its all-time high. As I'm making this video right now, this contract is at its all-time high. In the 17 months that it has been launched and live in its existence, at this point right now, it's at its all-time high. There are no limits to how far it can go. People like to throw terms like, this is a pyramid, hourglass is it's a scheme, it's a scam, it's a zero-sum type of game, and things of that nature. There's always going to be adversarial critiques to everything and anything. If you don't have someone, in opposition, it's almost like you're not doing something right. You have to have some type of adversarial or some kind of hate, some type of hateration, if you will, to go against a project, no matter how good it is, because that's what actually gives it substance. That's what gives it value, or else you're not doing something right. If you don't have haters, that means you're not doing something right. How crazy is that? It's crazy. But I'm speaking here about this is because the developer can easily, this is his project. This is his project, sure. But should he decide to, let's say, walk away from this project. This contract is designed to continue for time immemorial. Who knows? And that's how smart contracts are developed, or can be developed, I should say. I don't know. I'm not gonna say are developed like I read every smart contract because I haven't. But that's how this contract is developed. It models the proof of weak hands 3D contract. But it has its differences, though. It does have its differences. But it's in the full disclosure that this was a copy of the P3D contract written by the developer, who introduced his own nuances and made his own modifications to address a need that he was able to identify. And it's working on its own, without anyone's input, without any human involvement. That's the part about it that's also, it's crazy, it's intense. It's intense, because this can potentially be life-changing. If there's enough foresight, this could be the beginning of something huge. And I really do, I'd like to believe that there's a community who's really about, I guess, the well-being of the whole. I'd like to believe there are people who are out there who would like to see something like this scale, advance, just by participating in it. Because everyone who gets involved, they take something out of it. They receive. It's not like you just giving, and you're getting nothing back in return. That's what it seems to me. This is what's taking place here. Should this contract drop tonight? Should someone decide to say, you know what, this 2061 Ethereum, let's say it crashes to, someone takes out 2,000, it's only 61 Ethereum left. Guess what? Everyone who's holding on to those IND tokens, those holders will receive dividends. Because the person who decides to sell whatever will be paying, because that's how the contract will be paying 10%, because that is how the contract is made to all parties involved. Again, this is not get rich quick overnight. This is not financial advice. I'm not trying to convince anyone to spend any type of crypto or use crypto however you've earned it or acquired it or bought it to get into this. I'm just sharing this information like it was presented to me via YouTube. Because if it wasn't for YouTube, I would not know about these things. And this thing is life-changing. Sure, people would say, yes, it's about making money. It's about making money. Who doesn't want to make money? Of course. But this technology is just, it takes, words can't really describe what this technology is bringing forth by, again, when you think about things like, this concept of universal basic income, et cetera, passive income, residual income, using crypto to fund your livelihood. This is incredible stuff right here. You're talking about groundbreaking, again, revolutionary, incredibly disruptive tech that the oligarchs and the central banks and government bodies throughout the planet is in fear of. They don't want that. They don't want it, but guess what? This thing can't be stopped. That's the whole part about it that's so disruptive. It can't be stopped. Only way it could be stopped is if, I guess in my humble opinion, if the network shuts down, or I'm not sure, like in Bitcoin, for example, has, the Blockstream satellites. So should there be something drastic like an EMP? Excuse me. First of all, if there was an EMP attack, I know I'm digressing a little bit, but if there was something like an EMP attack, people would be worried a lot more about other things other than crypto, man. As far as light, just having some basic utilities and water, et cetera, God forbid. But if there be no, I don't know if the Ethereum network has any type of satellite like Blockstream has for Bitcoin. In other words, I don't know how this can stop. Self-governing and completely autonomous, decentralized smart contract. Powerful stuff. This is powerful stuff. I'm not anybody special either. I'm not an expert in this. I'm not trying to act like I'm some self-righteous type of whatever. I'm just a regular, ordinary person trying to make it, trying to find ways to improve quality of life and to also share and help others do the same. Information is power, and this right here is definitely a powerful tool. Gandhiji.io. It's a powerful tool. Make no mistake about it. Take care, people. Do your own research. Figure out what's good for you. Make your own calculated decisions based on your risk tolerance. Don't take anybody's word. Just trust in the code, man. Trust in the math. Trust in the code. Numbers don't lie. People do. Take care of yourselves. I'm out.